Hello, signs of the Zodiac. I'm Pam, and welcome to your mid-month Psychic Tarot update for March 2020. This month I'm using the Hanson-Roberts Tarot deck. And remember, these are general readings, and to get messages pertaining specifically for you, you would need a private reading. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign, because some months they're going to resonate more for you than your sun sign will. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, many people are finding that some of their predictions and messages are coming to them from their cusp sign. So please be sure to check those out as well. So all that being said, now onto your mid-month Psychic Tarot update. And the first sign I'm starting with is Aries. Aries, you like to start off in a dramatic sense with a bang, and you have the Tower as your first card. And this is a fight, an argument, an end of a relationship, an end of a friendship. It could be a revelation of some sort. It could be a casting off of an old paradigm so a new paradigm can begin. It could be casting off an old rulership so a new rulership can begin. You could be enlightened and awakened about something. You have a lot of things to be thankful for, but I feel that some of you Aries are going to feel like you're finding yourself in some kind of power struggle. If you're a working Aries, this could be going on between you and bosses, you and co-workers, you and superiors that are coming up with like new rules or putting new or different demands on you. Some of you are really like casting out a lot of things that need to get thrown out. You could be going through, maybe you have a lot of old things in your refrigerator that got buried and you're like, wow, this is rancid, or this is old, or I got to clean this out. Like throwing things out, cleaning things out, throwing things out comes up here as well. Some of you can't sustain something that's going on, and it's like you need some kind of breakthrough. Like you're like, I can't keep up with doing this anymore. I need a breakthrough, or I need something to change. And only you Aries are going to know what that is, because this is a general reading. So what area of your life needs the shakeup, needs the change? There could be a situation in your life that you feel like, I can't keep up this pretense anymore, or this line of work is too exhausting for me, or this position I'm taking is like run its course. I can't continue to hold on to these beliefs or these ideologies, like whatever it is. It's like there's something I feel that you feel you can't sustain anymore. For whatever reason, the reasons are going to be vastly different for all of you. I feel many of you have tried to overcome obstacles. And I feel that these obstacles have been a struggle for you. Sorry, the windows are open and the kids are outside playing in my neighbor's yard, so it's a beautiful day. I can't shut the windows. I feel like there's too much pressure being put on you in some ways. And it's like you've got to shake things up and move things around to get out of this pressure. Now, the card you have that came up with it is probably you. This is the Knight of Rods. This is either an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. So these two cards are together, the Tower and the Knight of Rods, in your mid-month update. The Gemini also got Knight of Rods, which is coming up. Some of you are going to feel like this is high time that I hightail it out of here. I got to get out of here. If this is a job or a living situation or a relationship that you can't hack anymore, you're like, I have got to get out of here. I feel like you've had a lot of stress and strain on your mental faculties. It could even be your health. It could be with, all the health things going on right now. It could be stress and strain and worry about that. It could be, and it may have nothing to do with that. It could be other types of physical stress and strain. But for some of you, it's emotional stress and strain. Yeah, because for some of you, I feel like I hear you saying, I have to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And so therefore, there has to be change. And you're kind of in like, I guess I'm going to say almost like radical or rebellious mode. And you may say, I'm not like that, but you may be about one particular area. It's not going to necessarily be sweeping across the board in all the areas of your life. Some of you, it will be in several areas. For some of you, it could just be in one area. And you may feel like too many things are being put on top of you. And you're like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed now. I have to decide, like too many decisions, too many responsibilities. I get the feeling of pressure. To me, this Tower is like you, pressure cooker, bam, something has to change, or I need to throw all this stuff out, or I got to leave this job, or I got to get out of this relationship, or, I have to get out from underneath like physical challenges or pressures, whatever it is. And it may be that you're going to do some of these things so you have a better time of managing things. Maybe it's just gotten too overwhelming. Maybe you own your own business and you're like, managing too many things, I got to like pare it down. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Taurus. Hi Taurus, it's a lovely day here in mid-month of March 2020 and my windows are open, so please excuse the sound of the kids in my neighbor's yard next door. It would be too hot in here to shut the windows. So the first card you have in your reading today is the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man is a card of being in limbo. You're not moving forward, you're not moving backward, you're in a state of suspended animation, and you have to draw strongly from your own psychic ability and your own intuition at the time the Hanged Man shows up. You may feel very incapable at the moment of pushing something forward that you want to push forward on. It could have to do with the state of affairs of the world, of, the recent health concerns, but it could have nothing to do with it. It may be in another area. Some of you are going to be like, whoa, I'm staying away from either watching TV or staying away from social media or the media in general, but I get you like, whoa, I got to stay away from it. Maybe you're getting too sucked into, the different social media areas, or, too much TV or things that are going on. But I definitely get this aversion or you feeling like you want to step away from it. Everything really settles down and feels much more fluid and moving forward for you between the months of May and August. That's like a much better time for you. I don't feel like you feel like things are flowing or going really the way you want them to in March, in the mid-month of March, and maybe not even in April either. Some of you, your work has put you on suspension, or there's some kind of hiatus going on here. Now, that could be because the state of affairs in the world of what's going on. Things are shutting down. Only necessities are running in certain areas, and even in the U.S., I've seen a few towns not too far away from where I am that are doing that. That may be your situation as well, or your place of business, or something you attend. And I do actually feel for many of you, this is like you having to wait. I feel like you're kind of on pins and needles about some things and you're having to wait. Don't worry if you feel like too much business is passing you by, because if you're own your own business, or if you're in a work situation, because I feel like it's still going to be there waiting. I don't feel like it's getting out of your reach completely in the future. Look at your next card. You've got the Eight of Swords. This is trapped in an emotional prison, or trapped in a situation you can't see how to get out of. There could also be unknown forces here. So look at you, Hanged Man and Eight of Swords. That's very waiting, kind of trapped situation. I do feel that internally you have a lot of jumbled up emotions and confusion going on inside of you. I do feel that some of you are going to feel like, I can't take this, I can't wait, or I got to get out of here. Aries had a similar energy as well in a little bit. I get this anxiety in you of like, I can't wait. antsiness, frustration. You're also going to feel like you're not privy to all the knowledge and information that you need or want at this time. So the energy of feeling like you're a little bit in the dark, like you don't know all the information, you don't have all the information you need or you want. You may start looking at people around you like that there's some kind of power games going on, or that people are hungry for power. This could be in your family relationships, it could be in your friendships, it could be in your business or work. Some of you may feel like you want to move. It doesn't mean that you're going to do it now, because this is definitely waiting and trapped. I don't feel you're doing it now, but you may be feeling like you're considering making some kind of move. It could be a move of your job from one job to another, moving your business, but it could also be moving your residence, moving your home. You have the energy of not trusting what people are telling you, not trusting what you're being told comes up here also. I do feel like April's a better month for you, is starting to get out of this kind of funk that I'm picking up. But I really feel like your best time frame for things to like you be out of this waiting or stuck phase is going to be between May and the end of August. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Gemini. And the first card you have, Gemini, is Two of Swords. Wow, a lot of stuck cards here in the beginning of these readings. So Two of Swords is having to make a decision and you could be stuck about it. It could also be a block, a stop, or a stalemate. It could also be, you could be very protective of your heart or your emotions or of yourself at this time. There could also be unknown forces or unknown factors or unknown situations you just don't know about. There's emotions tied up here when the Two of Swords shows up. I feel like there's some things bothering some of you Geminis where you feel like, almost like you're not sure what to do next. It could be about something to do with your work or your life in general. But I get this like feeling, this keeps coming up again. Taurus kind of had it a little bit too. Not having enough information, not feeling really sure like what you want to do about something. For some of you, this is going to be in your work situation, but for some of you, it could be life choices. I feel like there's too much scuttlebutt going on and too many things are adrift. So it's way too difficult to nail things down, to make decisions at this time. And I feel that Geminis, the ones I've known, I mean, I have a very, very dear friend. Many of you have seen her on my videos with the Psychic Pastry Chef. She's a Gemini. I have relatives that are Geminis. The Geminis that I've known they like to make decisions. I don't really feel like they enjoy the limbo state. And I feel that there's too much, as I said, I see sand drifts, dunes with beach grass on it. Too many things adrift for you to know what's going on and make decisions, and I feel that's going to be irritating to you at this time. You're not trusting things that you're hearing or that's being told to you. I believe that also came up for Taurus. So you people born on the Taurus and cusp of Gemini and Taurus, you might really want to pay attention to these messages. There's some kind of deal or arrangement that I feel you can't close. You can't close this deal yet. It could be with a certain account. It could be a new job you want to take. It could be a deal like maybe you met somebody new and you want to start a new relationship, but you can't close that deal. There's some deal you can't close right now. There's decisions that are up in the air you can't make. Too many things are adrift. I don't feel like you're trusting all the information that you're getting. This is all what's coming up here to me with the Two of Swords. Now, you have the same card that Aries got. You have Knight of Rods. Aries also got this. So this is a fire sign person, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising sign. It could also be you, Gemini, if you have a fire sign as your rising sign or moon sign. It's like there's things you can't complete and there's things you can't finish, but you're like really eager to do so. That's how this feels. And I see you doing a lot of pros and cons lists. Like, if I take this path, what is going to happen? If I take that path, what is going to happen? Like, a lot of pros and cons lists and weighing of options come up here for you. I see really conscious, Gemini, of like, I've got to hold down the fort. I've got to hold down this fort. That could be your home. It could be your living situation with your family. It could be your health. It could be work. But like, there's something that, like, I see you, my guides are showing me like the military, years ago out west, you know, when there were forts and, you know, we were forging west in the United States, and military were fighting with the Indians and other people. I see you on top, like a sentry on top of the fort. That's what I see you as. And you're like, I have to hold down this fort. So you're going to be really, I feel like you're going to be really, almost, since I'm seeing a military figure, I'm going to say militaristic about keeping things in order, keeping business as usual, sticking to protocols and plans, keeping everything normal, wanting everything to be settled, like being on guard, you know, looking out for any potential pitfalls. Like, that's your energy here for the mid-month of March. And this could be continuing on even into April. You may be dealing with somebody that could be a fire sign, that could be kind of boorish and like pushy or bulldozy or insistent on, Gemini, you got to do things this way, or I need you to do this for me. It could be a significant other, it could be a parent, it could be a boss, but there's somebody that's a fire sign around you. Some of you, it could be you, because it could be your rising sign or moon sign, but for some of you, I feel this is somebody around you that's like maybe being a little tyrannical, irrational, pushy, shovey, bossy. So some of you are dealing with that type of person in March. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Cancer. And the first sign you have Cancer, the first card you have Cancer is Four of Rods. And Four of Rods is, it could be getting married, attending a wedding, throwing a wedding. It could be financial, it could be some kind of successful happiness coming to you in springtime, success in springtime. It could be attending some kind of gathering, party, or celebration. I hear that you're going to feel, Cancer, like things need to be readjusted. You may be looking at things like, I have to fine-tune everything. And like, or if things are breaking down, like if you've had hot water heaters break down, your roof could be leaking, your shed door could be broken, you might need a new garage door opener, maybe that's not working, maybe your air conditioner needs to be revamped, maybe it's on the fritz, or your heater. But I get like fine-tuning things, which could even be paperwork and documents, but some of you, it could be fine-tuning things around your home. Maybe you're going to get an alarm system. Maybe you're going to get security, home security. Some of you that are working Cancers are going to be launching a new tactic or strategy at work. Maybe you always handle things in one way, and now you're going to take a new way. And it's going to be like, this is my new strategy, and this is how I'm going to get ahead, or this is how I'm going to tackle these things at work. So I get some of you using new tactics and strategies at your job. And if you don't work, this could be, if you work from home, or it could be about your home, like new tactics and new strategies dealing with your kids, handling things around the house. It could be your own health even. Some of you are going to have to be really prepared, because somebody could be coming to stay with you. You could have an elderly relative, they could be sick, maybe not, maybe they're just getting rickety and they're having trouble walking around, and you don't want to put them in a nursing home, or, you want them to come live with you. This could be somebody else. It could be a relative or a good friend. Maybe they moved away from an abusive relationship, or they're just in transition in some way, but some of you are having somebody that is going to come stay with you. It could even be just for a visit. Doesn't have to be live with you, but they could be staying with you for a little bit. I feel like you want them to come, because my guides are saying you're holding the door open for them. So it's not like, I don't see you resisting it, going, I don't want them to come. Now, the card you have with it is the Hierophant, or Hierophant, however you like to say it. And this is a card that means God's giving you blessings or a warning. It could also be indicating higher education and higher learning. It could also indicate spirituality or religion in some form or another. And these are your two cards together. So you have the Hierophant and the Four of Rods. You know, this is a time, Cancer, where you're going to finally feel like blessings are being bestowed upon you. So even though there's mayhem in the world and upsetment, I feel like some things are actually going to start being revived or revitalized or turning in your favor. That's what I pick up here. Some of you are going to have the cause to spend money, and I feel that you might be doing it to even tear down walls and because I'm hearing tearing down walls. Spending money to tear down walls. You could be re-sheetrocking. You could be opening up rooms and expanding them. It could be in a variety of senses, but I get that money's going to be spent here, but improvements are going to come from it. You may even find yourself being very forgiving to someone who drifted away from you or lost interest in you or drifted away from a relationship with you. It could be a family member you had a falling out with, or a loved one you were with in the past that you guys broke up or you drifted apart. It could be, a friendship that drifted away. But I get forgiveness coming in here. You're going to have forgiveness. And I feel like there's some kind of repair happening here between you and this person. You may even entertain diversity and start doing some kind of teaching or educating groups. You may start, it could be small groups, and it could be about what you know how to do. It could be like your area of expertise. Maybe you're going to start doing coaching, or teaching little classes, or training people in some way. Maybe you're bilingual and you're going to teach a group of people. Maybe you speak more than one language and you're teaching this group of people that speak this language English, or they speak English and you're teaching them Italian, or you're teaching them some other language. I don't know, but it doesn't have to be language. But I get like teaching or educating groups. And I hear the word diversity in that. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Leo. Hey Leo, you have the Strength card first, and just to let you know, Scorpio also got the Strength card in this mid-month update. So the Strength card is courage and strength over adversity, having spiritual power over the material world. It can also mean dealing with somebody that's a Leo. This card can be a Leo card for me when I read the cards. It can also be taming a savage beast in something, or taming the beast of something. I feel some of you Leos are really getting riled up and you need to calm down. It could be because of the events that are going on in the world that are disturbing to everyone. It could be for other reasons. It's like I hear you saying, I don't want to jump to conclusions. I don't want to jump to conclusions. Some of you are maybe even asking yourself, like, what am I doing? Why am I wasting my time here? What area is that in, Leo? Is it with somebody you're dealing with? You're like, why am I even talking to them? Why am I wasting my time here? Or is it where you're living? Or is it where you're working? Or is it in a love relationship? I don't know, but I hear the words, why am I wasting my time here? There might be something you're doing that, or have been doing, that this feeling is kicking up for you in the middle of March, and maybe even going on a little bit into April as well. Some of you are not happy about, you don't like the way things are being portrayed to you. And for some of you, this very likely could be on the internet, the media, the world, the radio, media covers many things. It could be things that are being portrayed to you by your bosses at work or by your family members. I don't know, but it comes up like you don't like the way things are being portrayed that you're listening to or witnessing. And you're going to be really thinking about, like, I have to hold my ground and I have to hold my center. Because I feel like you're walking on a fence. That's what my guides are showing me. You're walking along a picket fence. And you're like, I have to, or a balance beam. And you have to have your balance, because one way or the other, if you get too much this way or too much that way, you're going to fall off. So you're going to be very focused on trying to remain calm, have your focus, and have your center in this time frame in March and going into April. Some of you are coming up with like key ingredients or recipes for things. You could be making home remedies. It could involve like literally like alchemy. You could be cooking things together with honey and lemon and this and that, or herbs and this and that, or looking into it and coming up with like natural remedies and things like that. Wouldn't surprise me a bit, because I'm getting like the alchemy and you coming up with remedies and things comes up here. You have the Five of Rods next with it, and the Five of Rods is an internal struggle going on in you, or a struggle with coworkers, family members, the world at large. So it could be a fighting with people, or a struggle, could be an internal struggle. These are your two cards together. So see, you have to have your center and strength, because you've got some challenges here with this Five of Rods. I feel like you're like, if I do this, then this is going to happen. If I do that, then that's going to happen. Why is there so much drama? I feel like you are feeling like you're dealing with too many people creating drama, or like the public at large is creating too much drama, or the world, there's too much drama. But I get like that's a theme going on with you right now. You may really feel like you're really compelled to spread the word, and the word may be what you see as, maybe you're psychic and you can see into the future of what's going to happen. Or you got some download from God, the universe, angels, spirit guides, and you're like, you got some kind of cool knowledge or answers that you feel like you need to share. And if it's not with the public, it could be with your loved ones, your kids, your family, your friends. But I get this, like, you feel like you've come up with some solutions or answers or knowledge or information, and Leo wants to share it with the world or with people. If you choose to do so, I'm not trying to discourage you, but you are going to meet up with some resistance. There's some people that are not going to believe what you're saying or want to argue against it, and this will be a bit of a struggle for you, because you believe what you're doing is helping, and you are. But, it's like, I see you going, why can't people just listen to what I'm saying and either take what I'm saying and go with it, or discard it, but not start crap with you. See, that's what I feel you're not going to like. I feel like you're like, I'm doing these things to help. I don't need adversity. So you do have to have strength. I don't know, Leo. I hope those messages helped you. I hope they made sense. I hope you know what I'm talking about and that it rings bells to you about what's going on. So now on to the sign of Virgo. Hey, Virgo, you got the Ten of Rods as your first card. This is moving on to new and better horizons with 10 rods of burden on your shoulder that are actually knowledge and experience you've gained that are going to help you as you move on to new and better horizons. You could feel overburdened at this time in the middle of March, but you are still moving forward. You're going to be very fixated, I feel like, I got to get this done. I got to get this done. Maybe it's work projects. Maybe it's projects around your house. I don't know what it is, but I got to get this done. I got to get this done. I hear Virgo's collective consciousness saying that to me. You may also, some of you Virgos may be finding yourself vying for some competition of a job or a promotion, or to get a certain assignment or a gig, because I get a sense of competition here around you too. That's in you, but it's also in others around you. Some of you may be really thinking about getting your ducks in a row because you'd like to retire. Maybe you're like trying to figure out Some of you could be worried about your finances, like IRAs, putting money in stocks or bonds or IRAs, or what are you going to do? You want to think about retiring, getting things ready for your future, or you could be doing it because you just want to head off in a new direction of like a new job, a new career. But there is some competition around you. I really feel like you're going to be very productive oriented. Like, I got to get things done. And there is like a goal that you're shooting for. You know, but I'm going to tell you, a lot of things will fall into your lap the way you want, but you're not going to like the time frame I'm going to tell you. I feel this will occur in August. That's not the first time August has come up in this mid-month reading. So, you know, my guides do talk about the future. They are predicting. So just keep that in mind. Like, some of the things that you're like revved up about now may not really come to fruition, and that goal that you're striving for may not get hit until you get into August. Some of you may have to bury the hatchet of an old feud because it's not doing you any good. This could be with a family member you had a falling out with, or it could be with an ex. I don't know, but there is a sense of the necessity of burying the hatchet to make things easier and better. Even, it doesn't mean you have to be buddies or best friends, or, you know, like all is forgiven. It needs to be forgiven to like just bury the hatchet so you can move on. You need to think about that, Virgo. You've got the Empress card next. And this is a maternal figure that's either crossed over to the other side, watching you, guiding you, and protecting you, or it could be in the living. This could be your mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, or someone like a mother figure to you. This could also be you. You could be the Empress. The Empress is a card of creation. So this card can mean the birth of a child, project, business plan, or an idea. So you have these two cards together. Sorry, there's a dog outside and my windows are open. It is a beautiful, beautiful day in March and I can't shut the windows. It's be too hot in here. So you have the Ten of Rods expanding the Empress. I mean, the Ten of Rods with the Empress. If you don't like how certain things are unfolding, you are going to start to change them and reorganize them or redo them. You may also feel like there's been people that have been dogging you or bad-mouthing you to either your friends, your loved ones, or to bosses or your superiors at your job or in your career. If you don't take a stance on this, my guides are telling me it could kind of look bad. So if you know that this has been going on, then you need to like, don't sit back and let it keep continuing. You need to like, my guides are saying like, you have to step up and say something because it doesn't look good if it just keeps going on and on and on. Like, call these people out, who's ever doing that. If you find that somebody is dogging you or bad-mouthing you, I would confront them and try to put a stop to it. You know, many creative projects are going to come up and get off the ground for you. But again, I'm going to tell you the month of August comes up here. So this could be with like revamping or refurbishing your home, or revamping or refurbishing your website or your business, or some car or machinery, or, you know, something you're working on. Like anything that needs restructuring, revamping, or has creative aspects to it, composing, writing, whatever, that's all going to be like really firing on all cylinders for you. But again, some of you aren't going to really see that happening until August, or it's going to happen between now and August. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Libra. Hi Libra, sorry I had to turn the fan on. It is really hot in here today for a March day. And my windows are open and there's kids playing outside in my neighbor's yard back in the back of the house. So I'm sorry if you hear that in the background. So first card you have, Libra, for your mid-March Psychic Tarot update is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is a card that symbolizes you. You could be the High Priestess. This could indicate your heightened psychic ability, that you're the psychic here, being able to read and see what's going on. It could also indicate that something is being kept hidden from you, or that you could be hiding something. It could also be your highest spirit guide showing up here today in the reading. I feel like some of you Libras are going to see some things finally start to gel and come together in your life. Because I feel like I'm looking at disarray or a lot of disassembled pieces. Could be actually something you're working on. Maybe you took apart a computer or an engine or something mechanical, a car or some piece of equipment, and you have to put it back together. You're going to reassemble it. For some of you, it could be a relationship even. Like maybe you had a relationship that fell apart, it was in pieces, and it's going to come back together and gel and come together in mid-March or even going into April. Your wisdom is getting heightened in mid-March. You could even start writing a book. And if any of you are working on anything legally, like a deposition, a court case, or you're writing a book, or you're making a documentary, or you have to write some kind of like dissertation or some kind of essay or paper for school. It's like getting all the facts and pulling them together. You could be a detective, you could be a cop, you could be a lawyer, you could be a private eye, or you could be hiring these people and you are in the mix of trying to bring together facts and information and put things together. That also comes up here. Some of you are going to receive a notification of some kind of special event that's coming up that you're going to go to, and it's sort of noteworthy. Like maybe you're going to see a Pulitzer Prize winner speak. Maybe you're going to go see this awesome concert of somebody that you've like revered for ages, and they're coming to your area and you're going to go see the concert. Now, I don't feel it's happening now. I feel you're getting the knowledge and information that it's going to happen in a few months from now. Now's when you hear about it. Now's when you get the tickets for it, or now is when you get the notification of it. It's not now that you're going. The card you have with it is the Two of Cups, and this is two people that are fate, destined, meant to be together, preordained. It's often love. It could be a love relationship, but you could have a Two of Cups relationship with a child, a sibling. There's a soul connection here. So these are the two cards you have together, the High Priestess and the Two of Cups for the mid-month of March. Some of you are going to be investing a lot of time, effort, and energy into a relationship. And for some of you, it could be a new love relationship, but for some of you, it could be an existing one. Some of you may feel like things need to be repaired or healed in a relationship with someone. I pick up a lot of peacemaking and things that are being healed. If you go into any kind of competition, no matter what area of your life it's in, I feel many of you Libras will walk away the victor. You're going to be winning. You may be also like holding yourself up to new and higher standards and higher levels. So like maybe if you were happy with your level of your career or whatever was going on before, or something else, another area in your life, and you were like happy with that status quo, it's like now I feel like you're like, I'm holding myself up to a higher level, or like you want a promotion, or you want a raise, or you want to step up the ladder, or if you're in a love relationship, you may want the love relationship to go to the next level. Maybe you were friends, now you're going to date, or maybe you were dating and now you're going to live together, or you're living together and now you're going to get married and engaged. But that elevation of wanting to see something elevate in your life comes up here. If you have any tests you have to take, and it's important, like to get a license, a permit, or you need that passing grade for something, you will be passing it. I pick up you passing tests. This is a great time of healing for you, and I also feel like motivation. Either you're going to be listening to a motivational speaker that's going to help you, could be somebody that's already out there in the world that's already created content, that it's already out there. and you came across it and you're listening to it and you're like, this is the ingredient of what I needed. This is what I needed to heal or what I needed to hear. This has motivated me and I feel inspired, and now I'm going to pursue this or that or move up to the next level. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio, the first card you got is the Strength card, and Leo also got the Strength card as well. And this is having courage and strength over adversity, spiritual power over the material world. Could also be taming the savage beast in a person or in someone. It could also be dealing with a Leo. Some of you Scorpios are going to find yourself in the middle of March and moving forward, like figuring out your next move. And like, how do I tackle these issues and problems? It could have to do with the health scare that's going on in the world right now, but it could have to do with other things going on in your life. Some of you may start to think, man, my life has been so central focused on this particular area or this particular thing. And you may decide that you need to branch out or expand. Could be your creative projects, could be your work, could be your thoughts and your emotions. I don't know. It will be different for all of you Scorpios. If you get invited to attend some gathering or give a speech, a presentation, or you get invited to some event, you're going to make a big splash on that scene. Like, you will be noticed, recognized, appreciated. It could even be like, maybe you're just going to look like so smoking hot, everybody's head is turning going, whoa, look at Scorpio over there. So you could be making a splash on a scene in many, many different ways. It could be your appearance. It could be what you're saying. It could be what you're presenting. You may also feel like you're listening to too many people tell you misinformation misinformation. You may feel like that. You may have been feeling like that lately. Some of you are going to start spelling out things in writing, in contracts, and in legal paperwork, especially if you're dealing with any negotiations of any kind. Or if you are laying down the law to your loved ones, your family members, your kids, whomever. I get like spelling things out in writing, laying down the law. Those energies come up around you. Maybe if you own your own business, you're even going to change the way the business runs and works. So you're writing a new employee handbook or a new method of how the work gets done, that kind of thing comes up around here too. You have the Five of Pentacles next, and the Five of Pentacles is two people that are going through depression. It could also be one person feeling depressed. It could be you need to look at your finances. Maybe you're not looking at them carefully and you need to pay attention to them. It could be financial bankruptcy, emotional bankruptcy. It can be many different things. So here you have strength with the Five of Pentacles. Some of you are definitely experiencing a drain on your bank account. Some of you, this could be what's going on in the world. Maybe your business that you work or place you work is shut down, or you're not getting enough clients or customers, or you're laid off for a period of time. It could be because of that. It could be for other reasons. I just get a financial drain to some of you with your money in your bank account. Some of you may decide that you want to start selling things online, like on Etsy, eBay, wherever, selling things online, or, Craigslist or a Facebook marketplace, whatever. You could be doing it in different ways online. You could be starting your own business. If you're really good at creating things, you may start a website where you sell some things that you're creating, because I see some of you doing that. And you may be doing this to supplement your income. If you're hanging in the balance and you're like, man, I need things to change, the turning point of your career in a positive sense, I feel for many of you Scorpios will take place in December. Don't get freaked out by that. My spirit guides do predict. Timing is different for all of you because you don't have the same birth chart. So some of you, this could happen a lot sooner. Some of you, it may have already happened in December of 2020. But for, 2019, some of you may have already had that happen in the December that just passed. But for some of you, it may occur in December of 2020. I do feel that there's a lot of things that need to be looked at, solved, or handled money-wise for you. This does have to, because I'm seeing numbers, bank accounts. It could have to do with income tax, taxes you owe, or just like maybe you have to gather your information together to, straighten out. Maybe your income tax situation is wonky, or your bank accounts are getting drained or a little wonky, because I see you looking at numbers. I'm seeing numbers on paper and they have dollar signs in front of them. So this is money numbers. If you have talents of any kind, singing, writing, whatever, playing musical instrument, drama, whatever, I feel like you're like on the cusp of your creativity, and your talents are really going to start to like woo, 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 like branch out, like expanding, growing, developing. It may not be like a bam, overnight it happens. This may be a gradual process that's going to go on between now and the end of this year. I really feel that many of you will see a big turning point, as I said earlier, in December, especially with your career or your talents. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Sagittarius. And the first card you got, Sagittarius, is always a good card to show up. The Magician. So this is a card that's the card of the manifester. What you think about, you bring about. What's in the ethers and in the spiritual plane or in your mind, you can manifest it into physical reality, and you'll have the tools in front of you with which to do so. This is kind of like I got a mixed feeling because I can see what the other card is. I get this is a time of action for you, where you feel like you've got to get things in order and get things going. And you're going to be very, very keen on procuring all the knowledge and information you need right now. Some of you are going to develop a website, and you may be doing this to like help sort things out for people with the knowledge and information you gather. Some of you might do that. Some of you may become a teacher. You may start, because I get like training and educating others. You could be doing it on your own website or with your own business, but some of you, maybe you're getting a job as a teacher, or this could be a part-time thing. You maybe have a different job, but you're going to start instructing or teaching others. Maybe you're going to have a YouTube channel and you're going to do it. I do feel like you're going to have like quite a commanding presence, and you're going to talk and people are going to listen to you. Some of you, I see you like wanting to have different footing. And I feel that you may want to travel to some place that's more wide open or rural. You may want to go to the mountains. You may want to go to the beach. You may want to go out to the woods somewhere. But I feel like you're going to want to go. It may not be to live there, although you might want to. You may be thinking of this for the future. But this could also be to, maybe you don't like what's going on in the world right now, and you're like, I don't want to be near groups of people. I want to be out away. So you may, if you have the finances or the ability to do it, you may rent a cabin or a place or a house, or go visit someone that is in a distant place. Because I see many of you, like, I see you around open space, like you don't, or like rural or open space or beaches, or not wanting to be like near people. It could be because of what's going on in the world, but it could be just because you want some peace in your mind. The card you have next is that, see, this is why I got a little dichotomy at the beginning of your reading, because you got Four of Swords. And this is recuperation from an illness. It's a meditative state. It's a pause. It can also mean prayer. So here you have these two together, the Magician and the Four of Swords. This is a time where you're going to start going inward and journeying inward. And I really feel like you're going to be asking yourself, what do I want? What is going to bring me peace? What is going to make me happy? Some of you could even be going through past life regression, hypnosis, or doing some kind of inward shamanistic journey of some sort, like soul retrieval. It could be meditation, but I do get like going within and asking yourself what it is you really want. I do feel that you're going to be doing everything to protect yourself and anything, and be going to any lengths or going to measures to make yourself heal. So if you've gotten sick in any way, doesn't have to be the big problem that's out there in the world right now. You could be sick with something else, or you could be afraid of getting something. I just get like being prepared, doing healing work, energy work, Reiki, anything, any kind of healing modalities, and what you're using your knowledge to protect yourself or heal yourself comes up here. If you've had any pressure on your back or spine, I feel there's going to be a relief in that pressure. So maybe you're going to get some kind of laser back surgery, or you're going to get some kind of massage or some kind of treatments. But I get stress and pressure in your back, I feel is going to be healed or getting relieved for you. Some of you are going to be really keen on the fraudulent practices of others. So if you come across anybody that can claim they can heal this or do that, you're going to be aware of who they are and not use them, or you could even be outing them if there's any fraudulent healing practices going on. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn, you have the Star card first, and this is spiritual blessings, answered prayers, God, angels, spirit guides, the universe, hearing your prayers and giving you some kind of spiritual blessing. This is a time for you to capitalize on a lot of things, because I actually feel, Capricorn, you are in a phase of onward momentum. I see you leading groups or endeavors, like being the leader, the person in charge, teaching, leading, all that comes up here around you. Some of you are going to be lightening your load, and you're going to be taking things that you have and selling them. If you're not doing it with your own stuff, you could be doing this with an estate that you are, maybe one of your parents, or maybe your parents have passed away, or there's an estate that needs to be settled, or they're moving in with you and now you got to get rid of that house. Like, I see you selling things, lightening your load, lightening up burdens around you. I really feel that April is an incredibly lucky month for Capricorn, where things that you have wanted to see come to fruition, or some kind of success you've been waiting on. I see things like skyrocketing for you. I don't really feel it's happening in March. I feel more like it's happening in April. April through July, but especially April. Some of you Capricorns are going to be learning a new skill that's going to enable you to make more money. You may be able to offer new products or services, or that you get this training or you learn how to do this, then your employers will be paying you more at work, because now you have this trade or this additional knowledge and information. A lot of things that you're doing get like reviewed, graded, and or improved upon. So bosses could be giving you a review. They could be, or you are grading and reviewing your own work or your own stuff. And then from that, it's like it gets improved upon. I know that may be a little confusing, but I hope you understand, because it's a general reading, Capricorn, so you have to figure out what area I'm talking about here. So the next card you have in this reading for the mid-month of March is the Temperance card. And this is patience, having to have patience. This could also be the card of the Alchemist, where your God is like working through you in what you're doing, thinking, creating, or saying. And so these two cards are together for mid-March. Temperance and the Star. It's like you've got a real bead and a real handle on what people need, what's on the pulse, what do people want. This is really a good time for actually business and enterprise for you Capricorns. If you applied for any loans, mortgages, or grants, I feel that it's coming through. You're going to get it. You're going to be a little bit, I don't know if I want to say confrontational, but I see you being up for the challenge, up to the task of defending your position or defending your position or your ideas or knowledge. If you are challenged, you'll be up for the challenge of somebody challenging you. Some of you may recreate something and sell it. You could refurbish, revamp, restore. Could be furniture, could be a home. You could be, it's an estate sale. Maybe you're going to sell this home. You're going to fix it up and sell it. Maybe you're going to flip a house, buy one, fix it up, flip it. Could be furniture or other things that you're good at. You could be restoring things and then turning around and selling them. I feel like everything has its season, and now you're getting used to the way things that have shifted and changed on how they're going to roll. So something may have changed in your living situation or with something within your family, or it could be a change that happened at your workplace or at your business. And I feel like that change has already occurred and there's been an adjustment period. And I feel like now you're getting used to it and how things are now going to roll forward. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now onto the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius, the first card you have is Seven of Pentacles, and this is being tired and exhausted of your hard work and efforts, but gaining financial gain from your hard work and efforts. I feel like there's some things to do with work or money that are going to fall into place for you Aquarians in about the course of the next 6 to 7 weeks. There's things that you're going to feel that are going to start to roll forward that you feel were maybe stuck. You may start to do some research and maybe even invest some money into some things that you're going to do to see how you can make more money. So you could be maybe you're like, well, I have this business or I know how to do this, but if I buy this piece of equipment or I take this class, which is an investment because it's going to cost you money, it will pay off for you. I see many of you Aquarians making that decision. You're going to bring about change through new developments and new tactics. I see some of you deciding you could be doing this with your friends, you could be doing it to the public, I don't know, but I see you doing some talking, explaining some things. You could be going backwards in time and talking about things, how they were in the past, and that how things need, like you could be revealing things about yourself. You could be telling your story. You could be writing a book. You could be doing videos on it. You could be, if it's not talking about your story, it could be things that have historically happened. And you're now retelling the story, and this is going to be like, almost like, I don't know if I want to say a new format, but something new that you're doing that could be lucrative for you. Some of you may be tired of spinning your wheels and feeling like you need to break some kind of monotony or cycle that you've been in. Maybe you, at your work, you're like, I keep doing this over and over and over again, and this is getting to be boring, or it's a cycle, so I have to break this cycle and go about doing things in a different way to bring new life into my work. Or same applies if it's your business. It could even apply to your finances and how you save money or how you invest money. So the card that came up also in this mid-month for you Aquarians is the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is receiving an inheritance or money coming to you through family channels. It could be a gift of cash also. You could even be working together with a partner to like you and your partner, like, yeah, we're going to work together and we're going to bring a lot of money into the family. You could be winning money. So your two cards are money cards for this month. So you have 7 of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles. I feel some of you Aquarians are going to receive notification that some kind of money is going to be coming to you. And some of you, this is coming to you from family. Some of you may have somebody that comes along and offers you some money that they want to buy something from you. Could be your home, could be your business, could be maybe you have a really cool car or a really cool motorcycle and you hadn't really thought of selling it, but somebody really wants it. So some of you are going to get some kind of offer. I do feel like this is going to be very positive for some of you Aquarians because you may feel like it solves some big money problems for you, or it loosens up the reins or constraints around you and brings you into a sense of feeling more financial freedom. That energy comes up around this card. If that's what happens for you, I see you retaining a lawyer to look through any kind of documents or paperwork to make sure it's legal or legit. This could even be a business opportunity for some of you. And you may be coming up with new strategies or new ways to do your job or new ways to make money in a way that you weren't doing it before. Maybe you have a regular job and you're going to come up with something you can do on the side. Or you own your own business, but you're like, this is going well, but I want to add new products or new services because then it can bring in an increase in finances for you. So this energy really could be strongest for you between now and the end of June or July is what I feel for you Aquarians. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Pisces. Happy birthday, Pisces. You have 9 of Pentacles first, and this is being at peace and contentment with your life and having financial stability and abundance behind you. This card always feels like a Virgo card to me. Not everybody would see it that way, but sometimes it is to me. I feel like some really reasonable prospects are coming your way. And I feel you like saying, I've got to settle down and get my act together, especially with my money, and get everything in order because you really want to feel settled and content and happy. That's what you want. Like, if you were like a wild child before or you've had your moments of wildness, I feel like you do want peace. You do want to feel settled. You do want contentment, and you do want financial stability. Some of you, there's going to be a revival of something you used to do a long time ago that you discarded, and you're going to take it back up again. This, for some of you, could be a hobby. Maybe you played an instrument, a musical instrument, or you were an artist, or you were a writer, or something. Maybe you played ice hockey, or you used to redo cabinetry. Whatever it was, I feel like you are going to revisit it. You're going to go back to something you used to do. Some of you, it could even be a love relationship you were in before you broke apart or you drifted apart and you get back together with them. For some of you, it could be that. I do feel that some of you really want some kind of stability, and you could even be thinking about, if you're single, you might be thinking about marriage, or wanting to be married, or like wanting to have a new home or something. Because I feel like this, get my money together, wanting to feel settled, wanting to feel peace. You may want to move. You may want to get married. You may want to feel like you're settled down. And it could even be in your job or your career too. Wanting like a strong financial foundation and flow of money is, I feel like, in your mind now. I do feel that there's some things that have held you back in the past, Pisces, but I feel like you're blowing that out of the water and you're getting past that now. It could have been your own insecurities, your own fears, your own doubts, but it could have been other things. Whatever these things were that held you back, whether it was emotionally, internally, mentally, or outside forces, you're blowing by them now, and that's going to be a thing of the past. The card you have with this for mid-March is the Star, and Capricorn also had the Star. So your two cards are Nine of Pentacles and the Star for the mid-month of March. So the Star is spiritual blessings, your spirit guides, God, angels, universe, hearing your prayers and giving you like an answered prayer. It could also be like some kind of spiritual blessing coming to you. Some of you are going to receive notification that you're going to advance. Now, this could be, maybe you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend and you're like, I can advance now. It's moving forward. It could be at your job or in some club or group or organization or some endeavor you're involved in. Like, hearing that you're going to advance is coming up here. You're like really like dispelling a lot of your fears and worries. It's like, I feel like many Pisces are going to start seeing life almost like in a whole new way. And I see you talking to people that you feel that have knowledge and experience that could help you. So I see you, this could be your friends, or it could be your parents, or it could be, you know, just people you've come to know, acquaintances or people you respect or professionals, that you're going to get like their take on things. You're going to start listening to their knowledge and experience and how you can utilize it and how you can move forward and how it can help you. You're going to have this like unstoppable energy. Some of you are going to have like this real, I don't know what to call it. I almost want to say like a rebirth or like a renewed sense of like purpose of life or how life is going to go. Like you may feel like your life is getting a reset, a transformation, a rebirth, but in a positive way. I feel like many things for Pisces are really on the upswing. They're not on the downswing, which is really nice to see because, you know, there's a lot of worries and concerns in the world right now. So that is very good to see. Nine of Pentacles and the Star look like it's bringing in a lot of positive and fortuitous energy to you Pisces, regardless of what's going on here now in the world. So I hope this reading was of help to you and I hope it made sense. I want to thank you all so much for watching. And please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell when you do subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. If you would like to get any of the new videos that I've recorded, those links are always posted below in the Show More section, in the description box below the videos. Those links are connected to my Vimeo on-demand channels. And the most recent video series I recorded is What's Lucky and New for You in 2020. I do these every year. This year I did the 3 cards from the Hanson-Roberts Tarot deck, which is expanded by 3 cards from the Morgan Greer Tarot deck, and then an additional card from the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards. I thought they were really interesting readings. And if you want to see what I got, What's Lucky and New for You in 2020, please click on that link. And these links are always available also on my website, www.theluckymermaid.com. Click on the videos tab on my menu, and there you will see all the different video series I've recorded. You just go to the video series you want, read the description of what cards I used, how long the predictions go out for, click on your sign that you want, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. The other links below this video are for the psychic crystal readings I do every month for each sign of the zodiac, and this month is March of 2020. So if you want to see what my spirit guide said for you in March of 2020 in the crystal, that link is below this video. And also Jupiter is in Capricorn, so the link for Jupiter in Capricorn, those psychic predictions, that video link is below this video as well. So I hope that everybody is taking all the care and trying to find their center, their peace, and their calm during these disruptive times. Remember, thoughts are things, So try not to give into panic or extreme fears or negativity. Do your best to hold on to a positive attitude and to take good care of yourself and make wise choices and decisions. Try not to go into any big crowds at this time, as I'm sure you've heard. And keep washing your hands, use hand sanitizer, do the best you can. Don't freak out. Everything will pass. This too shall pass. So I hope you have an absolutely wonderful rest of your month of March, all the signs of the zodiac out there. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.